Hello guys, welcome to Daily Tech. Today we're going to be talking about the One UI 5 beta, and I am really excited because if you've seen the last video, you would know that I did not have my One UI update in that video because it was rolled back for some reasons beyond my comprehension. While looking at this One UI beta, already I can see certain changes that were not there in the previous beta, which was about 2-3 weeks ago. If you know, don't quote me on the time frame there, but there have been a few changes between those periods, and we will go into those updates. Alright, so one of the main changes that has come into this One UI 5 beta is the customization of your lock screen. Now there are two ways to customize your lock screen. The first way would be to same way you change your wallpaper, so tap and hold, go to your wallpaper and style, and right here you need to tap on it and you will get this option here to customize your lock screen. The other way to customize your lock screen is by doing it directly from your lock screen, which makes sense. So first, to double tap to lock my device. On my lock screen right here, I'll be able to press and hold, and I can then unlock my device and to take me right here directly to my lock screen. Let's jump right in here. So right here at the top left, you've got the wallpapers, right? So if I also tap on wallpapers, then it brings everything to me in here, so then I don't actually have to go anywhere to get this information. Right here, you can see the featured wallpapers. So you can actually scroll through and see exactly what you want. And here you've got your gallery, right? If I was to tap in here, to take me directly into my gallery, but that's not what I'm doing, because right here, it's categorized everything in my gallery into different sections. You've got the recent, you've got the video, you've got the screen recorder, you've got the 4K wallpapers and cameras, WhatsApp video and things like that. So if there was a section you were looking for, it's a lot easier to just search for it through this way. So if you wanted to go here, you could go through the graphicals, you could go through the various colors, and you could go through the wallpaper services. Well, here will be the options to update your wallpaper if this is what you wanted to do, or you could just use the usual method, which is changing your wallpaper from whichever app you choose to change it from. They've just made it easier for you to use. The next thing we've got here is the clock. So now you're able to edit this clock. As you can see, once I tap on the clock, you get various options, but the first thing we're going to look at right here will be on expanding this clock. As you can see, you can expand the clock to make it bigger, and I will leave it expanded so you guys can see exactly what I am doing. So right here, it is expanded. That's the only thing you can do, expand and decrease. You can't actually move it left or right. Okay, so let's leave it at expanded at the biggest, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go through the different options right here. So as you can see, you've got a different clock style here, different clock style, and different clock style. So I'm going to leave it there because I think I quite like that, but let's make it bigger, you know. The next option you get here is to change the color of these icons in here. As you can see, this tick mark here is telling you it is chosen a color from your wallpaper. But you could change this, you could do this, or you could scroll down here and you've got these various color gradients. I'm going to, yeah, I think I like this a lot more. And once this is done, you could also change the font style in there. So as you can see, this 12 here, if I was to tap on the next one, it gives me a different font, as you can see, and this. So trying to give you as much customizable options at your fingertip, then you are done. And the next thing which we have here are these icons right here. So once you type on this icon, you then have the option to show your icons in a detailed format or in this format here. I prefer this format because it looks a little bit cleaner, it looks neater. I don't have to actually clutter my screen the way this is. Anything you set here doesn't come into effect unless you tap on set, right? So I've changed this here. I'm going to tap on set and then it becomes applied. Okay, so I don't like this method. I'm going to change it back to my icon only method. There we go. At the moment, you don't have the ability to change the colors on that icon. It's just the clock itself. And the next thing we've got here is, this is meant to be for contact information. I've just put it's a sunny day and put some emojis to show you what it allows you to put in that bracket there. So you're able to have fun putting your number or putting what you want to put there. It doesn't have to be a contact information, it could be anything you want it to be. All right. And at the bottom left and bottom right, you're able to change icons there. But for me, every time I try to change this icon or this icon, it's always caused it to crash, right? So I'm going to set this first, and then going to go back in there, and let's see if it will work this time for us. It crashed. Yes, it crashed. So let's try that again. Some people are quite lucky it's been working for them, but for me it's crashed. But you know, it's a beta. There we go. Wallpaper and style keeps stopping. It is a beta, so I'm quite surprised. That's the only thing that's actually crashed for me. Everything has been working quite smoothly. The other thing I noticed was, if you saw my previous video about customizing my volume button, what I did tell you about was, no matter what you changed, no matter what you changed with the wallpaper or with the operating system, your volume button never changed. But this has now been updated. So now the color changes affect your volume button and also affects your text message. So as you can see here, this is the color of my volume button in this mode, and this is the color of this my text bubble. I'm gonna go to dark mode just to see if there will be a, so here is the color difference in dark mode, right? And this is my volume button in dark mode. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color profile just to see what the difference is. All right, wallpaper and style, let's come here. I'm gonna switch to something, yeah, let's go for this because this changes almost every color in there. And now I can go back out, go back to my text message. As you can see, that has changed, and I'm going to tap on the volume button. The volume button has also changed, and let me bring it back. There you go, volume button. There you go. Now, when you're in your clock and you're in your timer section, you're not able to set multiple timers. So for example, that's one timer there. You can tap on this here to add another timer. I'm going to add, what, 14 minutes. That's one other timer. And I'm going to add another timer. Let's go for 25. That's another timer there. So you've now got 3 timers right here. And once you tap on here, you've got all those timers running consecutively. This was not possible before. There's been a new auto optimization mode in battery care. So let's look for battery care first. Battery and device care. And we're going to scroll down here and you can see auto optimization. So this mode tells you device care automatically performs optimizations to keep your phone running smoothly. This includes closing background apps and cleaning memory. What it does is it restarts when needed. It says restart your phone automatically to keep it in the best condition. Automatic restarts will only happen when you're not using your phone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this on, and in my next video I should be able to talk more about how this optimization works. Will it ever restart my device when I'm using it? Although it says it will not, but how does it know when to restart the device? Would it use my sleep cycle? So this is something I'm going to be looking a little bit deeper into. So if you want to know more about this, now will be the time to subscribe. If we go back into settings, you will see a mode here which is called modes. Now this is Bixby routines, and this has now been added to your settings menu here. This was not there before. So here, if you went into your mode, it says choose a mode based on what you're doing or where you are. Your phone settings will change to match your activity or situation. So what Samsung is doing here is it's taking all these routines and trying to make it something easier for you to easily access. So if you're driving, you can just tap on it and set your mode. Let's say you want to drive. All right, we're going to tap on drive, and it says choose when to turn on, choose an app to use while driving, and choose whether to use do not disturb. So if I was to click on start, it's to say when do you want to use driving mode while Bluetooth device is connected. So while the car's Bluetooth is connected, this is when I want to use driving mode. I'm going to click on next, and it says mute calls and alerts except for your selected exceptions. Now it says calls and messages none allowed, app notification none allowed. So once that is set, I'm going to leave mine on none for now. Then it says choose settings to apply when driving mode starts. Do you want to open an app or you want an app to do an action? So I would say open an app. We're going to go for maps. Right, open maps, done. Good. Media volume, if you want to play with that, you could play with the media volume. If you want it to read your notification aloud, you can make it read your notification, but you would have to choose what app you want the notifications to be read. So if I wanted it to read notification from Disney Plus, I would pick Disney Plus. This is an example. You get the point. So then I'm going to click on done, and everything is now here. So what happens is, once that's been set up, every time your phone connects to your car's Bluetooth, that routine will kick in. Okay, so these are the modes that have been put in place for your ease of creating routines in there. Instead of coming here and then trying to create your own routine from scratch, which might be quite daunting, to be fair. Okay, there is something else I wanted to show you. This is not necessarily new, but I think a lot of us will enjoy this feature here, or this option here. So if you come here and go into your wallpaper and style, then click on browse my wallpapers and scroll down. You see dynamic lock screen. Yes, I know you know about dynamic lock screen, but here, once you jump into dynamic lock screen, at the bottom here it says special. What you need to do is tap on that special and allow it to work. What I've noticed is, in that special, that you do have lots of very good wallpapers which are used for lock screens. So look at this. That's another one. Look it up. That's another one. There's some absolutely lovely wallpapers, absolutely lovely, and it just looks flawless. It looks nice. Oh, did you see that? Look at the animation. Just watch when it goes dark. You see that? As it goes dark, the clock contracts. You turn it on, it expands. So finally, I've got my beta back. So which means the previous video which I was going to make, which contains detailed information on the features of the One UI 5 beta, will be made. Do subscribe for more content if you love seeing what Samsung is offering in the One UI 5 beta. The other thing which I'm going to be looking into creating is a video just showcasing the animations on this device, because you might look at it and go, Samsung doesn't really do good animations. With the One UI 5 beta, they do, because what they've done is they might be adding some new features, but what they are also doing is trying to streamline the animation to make it as smooth as possible, which is surprising. Well, not necessarily surprising, because this is what we've been asking for a very long time. We've told Samsung, we don't mind you not adding in more features, but make the animations smooth, you know? And believe me, they have. So make sure you subscribe and smash that like button, as it does help quite a lot. Thank you for watching. Remember to stay safe, and I will catch you in the next one.
But if I lay down and I play dead